Well, hi everybody, how you doing? I had a question about people in this industry, in the IT industry. And basically the question was, it seemed, why are there so many liars? And my answer was, bullshittery is epidemic in the IT industry. So what do I mean by that? Well, people pretend they know what they don't know all the time. I've seen it for 25 years, time and time again. Now, I spent a lot of time as a Microsoft certified trainer. So I had IT departments coming through my classroom on a weekly basis. So I've met thousands of IT people. And it got to the point where within 30 seconds to a minute, I could tell if they were full of it or not, or on the edge somewhere. It was an attitude. It was something that they would say right away to try and push their expertise on others. And I just kind of got good at it. So I still see it. I still see it all the time. And you can tell because it's the same tricks that carnival people, the carnival barkers, carnies, con men, the people that guess your weight, all those kind of people, they all kind of have the same thing in common. A little trick, little psychological things that they'll throw out. Mostly it's they'll hit you with defensive things if you question them. That's a big sign. Using new terms, talking about esoteric knowledge or industry terms, industry ideas that are kind of on the cutting edge and aren't really used too much. They're looking for things that other people don't know about a lot of times to make the other people think that they know more, to kind of put them on edge. So if you think somebody is full of, you know what, yeah, they probably are. But that's okay because we all are to some degree. We get questions all the time in IT, all the time about everything. And sooner or later, you get the idea that, well, if I say I don't know, then maybe I don't get that promotion or I hurt my chances. Or if you're in consulting, maybe I don't get the deal. But, that may be true to some degree or another. But I think everybody can demonstrate their knowledge of different things and kind of get over that hurdle. And if you focus on one area, it's much easier than focusing on a lot of areas. Nobody's brain is that big, although we all try. I'm in an area where I have to try and be all things to all people in that one area. Even I know I can't do it all. Back in the day when we had just servers, like the NT days, if anybody remembers those, there was a time when I thought, you know what, I can know everything in this Windows server space, domain space, whatever else there was, certificate server space, DNA, and all the things that it did, file servers, permission sharing, the networking, because there wasn't that much. But then as time went by, especially with the advent of the Windows 2000 and Active Directory, really things got to the point where no one person could know it all. You couldn't remember it all. And so I think at that point, we saw a lot of the bullshittery taking over, and people would just outright lie, exaggerate, claim they knew something, and try and talk that talk to make it seem like they knew something. Why do they do that? Well, again, people do it because they don't want to appear to not know stuff. They want to get a promotion. They want to get a deal. But there's another reason. The other reason is, who's going to challenge them? The people they're talking to a lot of the time are management or department heads or other people that don't actually know as much as they do. So they can actually get away with it, and they get used to getting away with it. Even when they talk to other IT people, they can still kind of get away with it. No one wants to get caught challenging something on someone when that someone actually does know a lot more. So a lot of people stop themselves and are like, well, it kind of seems like BS, but I don't want to get into the whole calling this person on that or questioning them. But you kind of maybe should, and here's why. The second you start to question someone or question aspects, you can do it gently. You can ask for advice. How about this and how about that? Ask them a few questions about a technology that you're interested in, and they'll either tip themselves off, so you can tell, well, they obviously don't know what they're talking about, by skirting around the issue, by actually saying the wrong thing about something you might know about. But some people just get a little bit angry and they push back like that. And that's an old Carney trick, an old con man trick of making someone uncomfortable and asking questions. And so you tend to stop asking questions, especially if you're not used to that response. You're like, oh, hold on a second. Did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? So a little bit of psychology there. So it's rampant in the industry, and it's kind of a shame because you could, if you're a consultant, you go into a deal, you're like, well, maybe I have to lie a little bit because the next guy is going to lie about their expertise in something maybe that's brand new. Or you could come in and say, well, this is a brand new technology and we're going to work with you on it. Nobody's an expert in this space, no matter what they say. And that's another way to go. But I understand it's very tough. But there is a high level, an epidemic, as I say, of bullshittery in this industry. And you just kind of got to navigate your way through it as best you can. Find out if people are telling the truth or not through subtle conversations with them. You'll get the idea and you'll get to kind of the hint as to how to go about that. And look for the signs that they're not telling you the truth. Kind of wait for topics to come up, chase them down on that topic. People all the time will throw topics out, again, that maybe they're not too comfortable with, but they don't think you're comfortable with. And if you ask them just a little bit more about it, you tend to find out that they're not comfortable with it. Or they'll push back, like I said, and that's a good way to find out as well. So yes, there's bullshittery in the industry. I'm sorry to break it to you. But on the other hand, if you're wondering about it, and you're like, man, am I the only person that doesn't seem to know everything? Because all these other people, they're talking like they know everything. They don't know everything. Not even close. They probably know less than you do. They just have this other skill or this willingness to maybe fib a little bit more. So don't worry about it. Do your work, show your work product, and be that kind of force and be the truthful force and be the force that helps the industry instead of leads it down a path of bullshittery and possibly failure. That's it. Maybe a little pep talk. Stay safe out there.